So 3 reasons why it's called the Sharpen. One story is, which I believe this is the true reason, because it happens all over the country. So the Sharpen Business District was a thriving, not only business district, but it was a thriving social space for African Americans to come. So they had pool halls, they had dance halls, they had taxi cabs, they had restaurants. So it was a thriving social district. So the way the story goes is that when you came down to the Sharpen Business District, you had to be sharp. So the women would have their dresses, they would have their hats. We're talking like the 30s, 40s, up to the 60s. Well, women were still wearing gloves and hats, and they would have on their finest. And they were, because when you came down, they were going to shop down here. They were going to socialize. They want to see different people throughout the community. So when you came down here, you were dressed properly. The men would wear their fedoras. They would have their suits on, their shoes shine. They would be sharp. So therein, it was called the Sharpen. That's my favorite, because you had to be sharp when you got here. So that's one of the stories. Now, another thing about the Sharpen, you could not. It was a rite of passage for you to come down here before you were 18. So you could not come down to the Sharpen Business unless you were accompanied by an adult. And if you're down here, you're down here for a reason. And many times, if you had to come down for something, you would go all the way around 5th and 6th Street, come around, because you could not come down Sharpen, because it's not for kids. You didn't come down here. So back in the day when we listened. Yes. And if you came down to Sharpen, everybody knew everybody. So you were down to the Sharpen Business District and somebody saw you. They said, "Isn't your mama now? Does she know you down here?" And you'd have to go back. If you were able to come down, you would usually have a note if you come down for something specific. Okay. So it was considered a rite of passage. By the time you got 18, you got to come down to the Sharpen Business District. So that's one story.